It's prime time. It's prime time. Talk TV. Talk TV. We're letting you know.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's your man PrimeTime, and you already know you're on PrimeTime Talk TV. And yeah, I'm back at you with another good video. And you already know the routine. Once you enter my house, wipe your feet off, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and smash the bell icon so you can be notified the next time I drop these next latest and greatest videos like these.
For PrimeTime.
To this day.
Oh man, let's go ahead and jump into this video, shall we? How about that Crawford and Avanesyan fight that everybody was all up in the roar about? People were saying that it was gonna be this, it was gonna be that. People didn't like it, people hated it, people didn't like the idea of Crawford fighting Avanesyan, people didn't like the fact of him not fighting Spence now, people didn't like the fact that it was in Omaha, Nebraska. People didn't like the fact that he chose who he chose. He could have chose Boots Ennis. He could have chose Stanionis. He could have chose Thurman. He could have chose Virgil Ortiz. Anybody else in that welterweight division. But in the end of it all, in all the grand scheme of things, through all the debacle of the negotiations between Spence and PBC and Al Heyman, it led us to here. It led us to a night to where Black Prime got introduced to the world on the grandest stage of them all, with one of the biggest stars and arguably one of the first and biggest pound for pound fighters in this era since Mayweather that we've seen. And with all that being said, and with all that being hyperbolized by fans and boxing egos and experts and scientists and whoever else, coaches and trainers alike, well, Crawford showed he is that good. I even seen to where people have spoke about the stadium being empty, not full, and he can't pack out his own hometown. Well, he did. That stadium was packed from the bottom to the top. I think it wasn't even standing room for people to even wiggle around. It was biggest packed event that I think Omaha, Nebraska has ever seen in their life. For real. They definitely showed up. So with that being said, Crawford definitely needs to thank his fans from Omaha, Nebraska that came out in the droves of numbers. And hey, it was a good pay-per-view, y'all. For $40, you got more than your money's worth. For real. You gotta say that much. From the undercard to the main card, it did disappoint. You were entertained, were you not? Even to all the people that hated and debated and said they were gonna wait, they tuned in just so they could talk about it. And I'm pretty sure after the 6th round KO of David Avanesyan, as you know, I expected, and many others, that he laid waste to any doubt that he is a top tier performer when it comes to stopping fighters. So it makes the question of who is best even the more powerful to argue. Is it Spence? Is it Crawford? Is it Crawford that has jumped from division to division to division, now to conquer in his 3rd weight class, to try and become undisputed? Or is it Errol Spence, the true welterweight that's been there since day one? A1 since day one, putting guys down by body blows, I remember seeing him in his 15th fight, and I called him the body snatcher, because he was snatching guys' bodies, dropping them, getting standing 8 count, 10 counts to the daggone body. So, it's a 50-50 fight with me, y'all. I've been saying that since day one, for real. Check my receipts, y'all. I still think it's a 50-50 fight. I feel like it could go either way. I just see it depends on who cracks who will first, period. That's all it's about. Who is going to crack who will first? Can Terence Crawford switch up his styles enough on Errol Spence to a point to where Errol Spence is discombobulated and get caught with a good shot like he hit David Avanesyan with last night? Or will it be Errol Spence, the one to break down a man's body to a point to where he drops his arm and loses his guard and get hit and drops him at least to a standing 8 count like he did Sean Porter? So, the hyper, strategy and coming up with all these different theories for how this fight can play out. You could be endlessly talking about this, but that's just talking. The time is now. The fans are demanding, in which, we hoped last night that we would hear Terence Crawford say, hey, he wants the Spence fight next. He didn't. He basically just said, hey, I'm a free agent now, and hey, whatever happens, happens, He said if it comes to that, they'll renegotiate, yada, yada, yada. But he, really just kind of, I think he put them on notice with this fight, y'all. I truly believe that he was just as much part of putting on this event as Blue Blood Sports was, as Black Prime was. And I feel as though this whole thing was orchestrated in order to go back to the table with PBC and Showtime to renegotiate for a guaranteed price. After the tally of the doors, with this 18,000-seater stadium being full to the maximum, I'm sure he did what he needed to do. And then on the pay-per-view end, I think a lot of people that may have hated probably may have added fuel to the fire of the Black Prime getting the publicity it needed. And at $40 to watch a pay-per-view, to see as many fights as you saw, and to see, Chris Cyborg put on a wonderful performance, all the other fighters on the undercard to perform as well as they did. It just was good from A to Z, honestly. And for Black Prime putting this on, with February coming right back with Red Catch versus your boy AB, The Problem, Brawner. Yeah, so that's going down in February, so that's going to be good. So Black Prime is definitely, shaking things up, introduce themselves into a big game of ocean of boxers and boxing fans around the world. I definitely give them props and kudos for putting it on successfully. I definitely give props to Blue Blood Sports TV for doing what he did, for helping with this event and promoting this event. And, hey, all in all, I think that Black Prime get a A- for this joint. For real, for real. Not an A+, but an A- for their first joint. Real talk, Or if you want to do it by numbers, I would say 8.5 out of 10. Maybe a 9 out of 10. Just because, I feel as though, leading stepping up, they're going to have more and more seasoned fighters on the card, more, true boxers on the card, and it can only get bigger and better from there. Other than that, the quality, the commentary, everything sounded good. Had Tarver and Paul Malignaggi up there. So, hey, it made it sound like home almost. So, I give them kudos and props to that. It definitely, like I said, just a few things to shine up on that. But other than that, a heck of an event for Black Prime. Kudos to everybody that had something that played a part in that event. I enjoyed it. And I'm pretty sure all the other, probably millions of people that tune into it, enjoyed it as well. I don't know if it was millions or not, but I'm just guesstimating, maybe a cool million or two, maybe, maybe I'm gonna say, I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, other than that, definitely give props to Terence Crawford for putting on a heck of a performance, showing that he is truly one of the best in the world right now that's doing it. And we definitely just want to see eventually the best fight the best. We want to see an undisputed fight, and that is what everyone is banking on to be next. I truly hope that's next. There's always to be said, and so we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna definitely keep y'all up to date with everything that goes on with that. But with all that being said, I definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in, and you already know the routine. When you leave my house, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, smash the bell icon so you can be notified the next time I drop these next latest and greatest videos here on Primetime Talk TV, and I'm on social media everywhere. Definitely go to the website PrimeTimeTalkTV.com and cop you some merch. All right, y'all, peace, love, I'm out till next time.